Do you hear all that? That is the sound of life happening all around us. It's nature music. It's real life music. Birds, motorbikes, kids laughing. You can hear the tree leaves blowing just a little bit. It's music. It's life music. So the thing that I want to just talk about for a second, and that I kind of sense that will be understood less with your mental constructs and more with maybe your heart and throat chakras, somewhere in here. And it'll come through the crown. Like, just imagine it just drips in, just as much as you can handle. We are creating this reality with sound. Can you wrap your heart around that? Leave your mind aside. It's sound frequency. It's creating the realities we live in. That's why music and mantra is so important to me. Now here's the other thing. There's a lot of sounds that are creating the realities that we live in and the ones we want to live in that we can't even hear with our ears. Not with our range that we're used to hearing it with. It goes beyond that. It's super sonic, super expansive, super sensory. It's like superhuman, super power. But we don't have to hear it for it to be there. There are so many beautiful light grids that are connecting us that most of the time, and I say that because I see them quite often, but our eyes don't see all the time, but they're still there. They're connecting us all. They are weaving together and making patterns. Sometimes they are breaking apart and making new experiences. It's all a little extra sensory, if you will. Here comes a motorbike. And a red bird just took off. Now, what if we could see the sound of that bike going by? What if we could see the sound of that red bird's wings flapping? Again, these are all extrasensory experiences, which I really do believe are going to normalize more and more as we as humans continue to evolve. As long as we aren't plugged in too deeply to the digital media all the time. Of course, I'm coming to you right now across a digital platform, but when we unplug and we go to the choir of life around us and we listen carefully and just, pay attention to what I find is that, first of all, I want to raise my frequency up. And when I get to that, there's a certain spot that I get to where all of a sudden a whole lot more comes online. A whole lot more comes online visually, and new things come online audibly too. And I don't know that we talk about this enough. It's not necessarily special. There's a little sound for us. Message, ding ding. It's not necessarily special because it's available to all of us if we tune it up and tap in. It all starts to unfold. But this is what we use to create the realities that we live in, whether we know it or not. Sound, color, light, it's all intertwined, and I find it all like an artistic creation because we're using it all together to build something new. So if you want to simplify it, the words that we speak are magical, because the words that we speak call our reality into existence. It's so important that we speak the truth that we want to experience, and also to speak authentically of the experience that we are having. It's not one or the other. It's not dismissing or going sidelined around any one particular reality and preference over another particular reality, but let's integrate the whole story. Let's bring in more sound, more light, more color, more truth. Oftentimes people will end up being like maybe more on this side or more on that side, but for me, I'm trying on a day-to-day basis to come somewhere in the middle where it all connects, bringing the duality reality into unity. It doesn't take away that there's the two sides. It's integrating it, and from this place, building new experiences of that reality. What do you think? A little bit for the mind and the logic, but dropping it down to the third eye, receiving it into the throat that knows that what we speak becomes our reality, and most importantly, bridging this heart and this head together. Good stuff. All right, continue on with your day. I'm gonna sit back here and just enjoy a little of real life nature church for a few minutes. Probably gonna go lay in the grass and then call it a good Sunday. It was just so good to play the gong some today, and I have a little bit of sound and shavasana followed by singing circle. All the good vibes from the singing circle. Wishing you all so much love. Mwah.